Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and I have a couple headlines that are going to catch your attention. This first one, in theory, is very positive for the cryptocurrency asset class, but not so fast. Here it is from Cointelegraph. PayPal to offer crypto payments starting in 2021. And so there have been rumors, and I've been covering it on the channel as they've popped up in the news throughout the year, that PayPal indeed would be delving into crypto in a very strong and notable way. And based on the headlines today, initially at least, you think this is it. And so at least there's certainly truth to whatever leaked out that PayPal was getting into crypto. But it comes with more than a few strings attached, and so there is cause for alarm and concern. Doesn't mean that it's all going to end up horrendously, when everything's said and done, but there are reasons to have legitimate concern. That's my current position here, and I will illustrate in detail exactly what I mean here. But before we go any further, if you would please ever so delicately tap the like button, I would appreciate the support. And if you are a fan of the general adoption of cryptocurrency, because you know that it will also ultimately benefit XRP, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. I do want to be clear that I don't have a financial background, and I am not offering financial advice, so you absolutely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. This video is being made because I enjoy talking about this stuff, and I'm just as interested as you are if you're watching this, but that is all that it is. So as far as PayPal jumping into the world of crypto, first of all, XRP community members, not so happy because XRP is not being offered. It is not a part of this. So a little bit more on that in a second, but let's delve into this first piece because Cointelegraph, in a matter of hours, put out two different articles on this with two completely different tones. First one a little bit more positive and also has false information. So here's the first one. PayPal announced on Wednesday its entry into the cryptocurrency market according to multiple reports. PayPal customers will be able to use cryptocurrencies to shop at any merchant in its large network starting from early 2021, the company said. And so you can't do that right now, just to be super clear. And certainly happy to acknowledge that this news to this point has been very good for the markets in terms of positive price action, but the devil's always in the details. And so I don't want to go through this whole piece. I want to jump instead to the next one and just get to what the real problems are rather than just provide a bunch of fluff. Here's another piece from Cointelegraph just a matter of hours later, titled, Regulation will keep PayPal's new crypto services from looking anything like crypto. And this is most certainly undeniably true. And it could be the case that it comes down to regulatory issues, and it does seem that way, but if it's not that, then that would mean that there's something more sinister at play, which I'm not willing to speculate is reasonable to believe. That's not my starting point, but there's still cause for alarm regardless. And it comes down to the concept of, you ever heard this? Not your keys, not your crypto. Yeah, you can't actually hold your own crypto if you so choose. That's scary and dangerous. As a result, good old Moon Lambo is not going to even consider utilizing PayPal for anything crypto-related until or if that changes. So the piece begins as follows. Earlier today, PayPal confirmed that it would be adding crypto payments to its global platform over the coming months. The rollout will begin in the United States, where PayPal also became the first recipient of the New York Department of Financial Services, or NYDFS, conditional bit license, a program that the regulator announced this past summer. Yeah, and you'll see here in this next paragraph that they're also outsourcing a lot of the implementation of this. Check this out. While the news is huge for crypto, PayPal will be under intense scrutiny. The nature of the conditional bit license is that conditional licensees have to pair off with firms that have full bit licenses. In this case, Paxos. So they had to have a separate partner. There was no choice. They could not go it their own, effectively. And that will act as a mentor of a sort. It's just a legal requirement. Now, per the NYDFS, conditional licensees also, quote, may be subject to heightened review, whether in regard to the scope and frequency of examination or otherwise. And so the conditional license lasts for 2 years, and its renewal or upgrade to full bit license status is wholly contingent on Superintendent Linda Lacewell's decision. So it comes down to one individual ultimately. Now, representatives for PayPal declined to comment on what form heightened scrutiny will take, instead directing Cointelegraph to speak with NYDFS. And check this out. This is hilarious. It's where it's like it just goes in this endless circle of talk to somebody else, talk to somebody else. So after Cointelegraph, it seems they did their due diligence, tried to reach out. They said, okay, go speak with NYDFS now. That's what PayPal said. In turn, representatives from NYDFS declined to specify what heightened review meant for PayPal beyond the vague statutory language already available. Meanwhile, representatives for Paxos declined to comment on their role in PayPal's conditional bit license, which is to say, all three of these organizations made great efforts to publicize this morning's news without going into detail on the regulatory arrangement. Their disinterest in doing so when pressed is concerning. And you know what the concern ultimately is? I think XRP community member Galgatron pretty well articulated this in a blog that he put out 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, and retweeted again today because its relevance to what's happening here is spot on. It's the concern about new actors jumping into the world of crypto and effectively acting more like a hedge fund rather than a wallet provider or a cryptocurrency exchange. That's in a nutshell what he was getting at here, and I'll explain in detail why that's a bit scary here. But let me go through this just a little bit further first here. Crypto is as crypto does. That's the next subheading here. While nobody is being transparent about the specific hoops that PayPal, which has well over 340 million users worldwide, will have to jump through to satisfy regulators, the firm is clearly going to have to do everything in its power to make crypto behave unlike crypto on its platform, beyond the customer data gathering that PayPal has always done. Check this out. PayPal's wallet will not be not only custodial, but siloed, per the firm's cryptocurrency facts section, which I'm actually going to go ahead and, I'll just pull it up right now, because there are a few questions on this where I was like, well, that caught my attention. Let me scroll a little bit further. I think I wanted to start, maybe it was a little higher here, just give me one moment. Oh yeah, here we go. Can I use cryptocurrencies to pay or send money with PayPal? That's the question. This is the official PayPal website. Their answer: at this time, you cannot use crypto as a way to pay or send money on PayPal, so you can't do anything with it. You can speculate using PayPal, but that's it. But it gets worse. Can I use cryptocurrency balance as a funding source for my purchases? No, not at this time, but it gets substantially worse. Where's the big one? Right here, I think. Currently, just one sec. It will pop up and jump out at me. Well, I know it's right here. It might be on the screen right now, and I'm staring at it, and I'm blabbing on set. You at least hear sound while I'm searching for it. Blah, blah, blah. Forgive me. Here it is. I was staring at it like just a second ago. Here we go. Here's the big one. Can I transfer cryptocurrency into and out of PayPal? Here's the answer from PayPal. Currently, you can only hold the cryptocurrency that you buy on PayPal in your account. Additionally, the cryptocurrency in your account cannot be transferred to other accounts on or off PayPal. So in short, you don't have access to the crypto that you're purchasing. And there are all sorts of implications here. Here's a tweet from Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse on this. And he wrote the following. He's hitting the nail on the head here. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Great to see a payment pioneer leaning in, but disappointing. Some fundamental tenets/benefits of crypto are spurned. I suspect PayPal is concerned about the, wait for it, regulatory uncertainty impacting its rollout on a number of levels. Yeah, and clearly not only that, if the route that if the narrative that Cointelegraph was ultimately pushing on is also true, it's also like, if anything, because of these particular licenses that were cited in the piece I covered, they might have felt kind of pigeonholed to this type of approach. So it could be that in conjunction with uncertainty, because it's either that or there's something more nefarious afoot, which is not what I am speculating. I'm just citing potential outcomes here. So you can see here, in addition to that, XRP is not a piece of this. So you can see here's the official tweet from PayPal. Today we're announcing the launch of a new service that will enable customers to buy, hold, and sell cryptocurrency directly from their PayPal account. But, again, you can't use it for anything else, at least right now, which is why the Cointelegraph initial piece was wrong. You can't do anything with it. And so somebody named Nondescript Bystander responded, "No support for XRP? Seriously, how do you not include this top-tier cryptocurrency? You do realize that Ripple is leading the way in the fintech revolution, right? Somebody at PayPal needs to get this sorted ASAP." Yeah, so Bitcoin Cash is available, but XRP is not. How about that here? And so Galgatron linked to his blog from a couple years ago, and he wrote, "This should help you understand why PayPal, now added to this list, dealing in crypto is actually a very bad thing for everyone." PayPal's crypto market is a decoy market, sucking money from their customers that could have been actually invested in real crypto and helping the paradigm. Don't be fooled by these derivatives. And look, I understand the tendency to want to just trust big names like PayPal, and maybe they are operating in good faith. I'm not speaking to that. I'm speaking about how it makes sense to be concerned, because if you invest in cryptocurrency on their platform, you don't have the keys. You cannot move your crypto to another platform, period. Right now. And maybe that changes in the future, but today you can't. And so the question becomes then, okay, why is that the case? And are they holding the cryptocurrencies that you're purchasing? Because think about it, you can have platforms, and this is one of, I think, if I interpreted Galgatron's blog correctly, this is one of the primary concerns he has, is that you can have platforms out there that allow you to buy and sell crypto that aren't even actually holding it. And they're effectively taking your money, and then who knows where they're investing it, trying to get returns. Like that type of thing can turn into a gigantic Ponzi, right? And so again, I'm not making the claim that is what PayPal is doing. I'm articulating why it's reasonable to have your spidey senses set off, so to speak. It's a legitimate thing to question right here. We shouldn't just be like, oh, okay, it's probably fine, it's PayPal. No, that is not how this works. And they haven't provided any specific details to this point on any changes down the road that would allow their customers to actually take hold of their cryptocurrency. So it's ridiculous here. And so and then at first I was having trouble finding this before I saw the articles from Cointelegraph or that one anyway that was citing that second one. And so I responded to Galgatron and wrote, "Indeed, companies that don't let you withdraw crypto you allegedly own are alarming. Could you share what leads you to believe they're set up like Abra," which is one of the companies that you can quote unquote invest in XRP, but you cannot move it to another exchange. And then I wrote, "Is it because of Paxos partnership? I read the press release and may have misinterpreted something, but didn't see much details." And so at that point, when I wrote that tweet, I'd read a number of articles on this, none of them with details pertaining to that, nothing in the press releases. So I was like, okay, what the hell am I missing? And then I find it in the frequently asked questions section here. And so I wrote, "Never mind, found it. I was trying to dig further, but wasn't having success. And then bam, here it is clearly stated in the frequently asked questions section on PayPal's website," and then I provided the link. And then I wrote, "Totally agree this is alarming and worthy of critiquing. We can hope they're operating in good faith and that things will change, and they might. For example, I'm a fan of Uphold, and a little over 2 years ago, you couldn't withdraw XRP you purchased on their exchange. Now you can. And indeed, the very first day, a little over 2 years ago, that you were allowed to actually withdraw your XRP, that is the first day that I did business with Uphold. That was it. And so technically, it's like, you have this question too, because I think Galgatron cited it here too. Yeah, here you go. The question is, so it's not just like, is the XRP, like if or in the case of me buying from Uphold or wherever, it's like or any exchange, whatever crypto you're purchasing. It's not only the question is like, is the cryptocurrency there, but is all of it there? And so here's a tweet from Galgatron. "This is going to piss a lot of crypto users off. It turns out that PayPal's crypto offerings are all fake proxies. You can't withdraw or transfer these coins, only use them within PayPal. This is, yeah, and even then you can't do anything with them on PayPal, actually. You can just hold them, that's it. All right, so this is not adoption. This is a PayPal, this is PayPal scamming the cryptoverse. And so I'm not going to go as far as using the word scam, me personally, but I think all of the concerns that Galvatron is voicing are completely legitimate here. Even Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse agrees this is not exactly ideal. And so if you're purchasing the cryptocurrency, how do you know that they hold it? Because here Galvatron asks, are they holding crypto on a one-to-one basis? If yes, that would be a start. That would be a start. Because if they're selling any crypto for which they don't hold, that's actually, to me, that would be a major problem. So I really hope that is not the case. Then I'd be tremendously concerned. I'd start to delve into I'd tip my toes in the water of, this sounds a little scammy at that point. So I'm not stating they're doing that. I'm just saying if that were the case, that would be super alarming. But again, like I said too, this could change because they did look at the word that they used. So hopefully this is indication of what is to come. I hope. But in the question of can I transfer cryptocurrency into and out of PayPal, and they start it with currently you can only hold the cryptocurrency you buy on PayPal in your account currently. So that can change. I already saw it change with Uphold. Uphold's been a fantastic exchange. I've been using them for over 2 years and very happy with them. So it can change. And if this is just what they have to do to get things rolling, perhaps that's reasonable, but it doesn't look good in the start. And I would never use PayPal for any of this unless it is ever changed to set up in such a way that you can actually take hold of your own cryptocurrency. But think about it. And then what about the tax implications? I mean, gosh, within the United States at least, it's my understanding that you need to hold crypto at least a year before you sell it in order to get taxes under capital gains rather than whatever bracket you're in. So if there's tremendous gains, like if you get taxed at a level greater than capital gains, which the max is 20%, you could get hammered. Imagine if you're withdrawing millions of dollars, who knows, whatever it is, you could seriously get hammered. And so if you have to sell it because you can't move it somewhere else, would it even count? And technically, were you even holding it? And from a legal perspective, there's so many questions. I don't even know if you technically, legally hold it. And if so, it better be freaking backed. There's just so many questions, and there hasn't been enough transparency from PayPal at this point. It's more like, hey, look at us, we're doing a crypto thing, boo, boo, boo. And then the market takes off, which I will talk about in a separate video. That'd be too much content for this one. But clearly people are behaving in a very positive manner, and I suspect that most of them don't know that it's not crypto that you are actually holding that you can move around. If you buy it, you give PayPal your money, and then if you don't want that position anymore, your only option at this point is to sell it and get your money back at whatever the then current rate would be. That's it, but you can't move it to cold storage. Hell no, thank you, sir, madam, I am not interested. And that's why in Galvatron's blog he was talking about the concern. And not that I think PayPal's doing this. In fact, I'd be shocked if they were doing this. But he gets into the idea of where entities that are doing this, it's more like they're hedge funds rather than crypto, because crypto exchanges or wallet providers, because what they're doing is they're taking your money and potentially investing it elsewhere, resulting in tremendous risk, which means if things go south for them, what you think you hold could just vanish into thin air. It'll vanish like it's Kaiser Soze, like that. It was gone. Like that. That is the concern here. And also, as far as why they're not offering XRP, holy hell. Well, I don't want to purchase their fake XRP if they're not holding it anyway, but it is kind of disappointing on top of that to see that they're not offering XRP from the get-go. Throw out a Tether than XRP's number 3 in market cap. And, to skip over that and go to Bitcoin Cash, for example, and Litecoin, I'm just like, oh, holy hell. What the hell is going on? I would love to hear what the decision-making process was for that, because, my gosh, people do want XRP. There's a reason it's where it is in terms of market cap. I don't care what the ideologically driven Bitcoin maxi trolls say. People do want it, or it wouldn't be where it is. So, but again, it's also true that was just a start. I suspect they're going to offer all sorts of additional cryptos. I wouldn't be surprised if XRP in the future, but to not start with it's kind of a slap in the face. It's what it's going to feel like to the XRP community, certainly. I don't think it's particularly logical, because there's more demand for that than there is for the Bitcoin Cash and Litecoin. So what the hell are you doing from a business perspective? And then on top of that, even more scary, obviously, you don't even hold it if you buy it. not going to participate. Anyway, that's it for this video, but would love to hear everything that you think about this in the comment section below. Again, I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!